We're going to be checking out Germany's oldest street legal car, the 1894 Benz Victoria by the channel DW Max. No, DW Euromax, sorry. Links down below for the original video. So Germany's famous for cars. Not surprising, oldest street legal car in the world is a German car. Normally, cars like the 1894 Benz Victoria are confined to the museum, but the 125-year-old horseless carriage was licensed for public roads. A German collector of vintage cars takes it for a drive. Yeah, so this is going to be super cool. There's probably older cars then, right? So this is the oldest street legal, but it doesn't say it's the oldest in general. It's just the oldest one you can drive on the road, right? Or maybe it's the oldest. I don't know. 1894, that's pretty old. I don't know that they had cars before that. Honestly, didn't realize they had them in 1894. I thought it was more little later in the 1890s or like very early 1900s. But either way, we're going to watch it together, guys. Thanks for watching with me. Check it out.
This is the Benz Victoria, built by German automobile pioneer Karl Benz over 100 years ago. Today, Karl-Heinz Rehkopf, dressed for the occasion, is taking the vintage ride for a spin.
Yeah, he is. He's dressed like he's straight out of 1890s.
It even has a regular license plate. This old-timer is street legal.
5 miles an hour, probably. Wow, you can see the tires wobble when he's driving. Look at this. Yeah, it almost looked like the tires were like kind of, I mean, how old is that? 100 and something? 130, 31 years old?
This is the vehicle that passed down its genes to all other cars. The unique thing about this car is that it's the oldest one still allowed on German roads.
Needless to say, the vintage Benz Victoria has its quirks.
This isn't a steering wheel, but more a steering arm. I'll move it.
Oh, yeah. I've seen this before on I don't know. It was probably a video, maybe a Jay Leno video. You know how he does those car videos? Big car collector. I think it was one of his videos. But yeah, those are very interesting devices.
And there's a curious kind of indicator that shows you in which direction the car will go.
Oh. Yeah.
And then I have a small lever that I control with my left hand to accelerate.
Kind of like a cheap go-kart with a hand lever throttle.
This car has 2 gears. And when I want to brake, I need to get out of gear quickly so that I'm in neutral.
Yeah.
Then I can use...
Was that his clutch? That was his clutch? Just move the lever? Hold on.
2 gears.
That's it? Just move the lever? Did he just undo the clutch? Or you engage the clutch or disengage the clutch? I don't know the terminology, but...
And when I want to brake, I need to get out of gear quickly so that I'm in neutral.
Yeah.
Then I can use either my foot brake or my hand brake to my left.
Okay, so one's probably the back brakes and one's the front brakes. Right? Or are they both the same thing? They're just both wired to the same brake pads. I don't know.
I have 2 horns, one that I squeeze, and a so-called klaxon that I control with my foot.
Karl-Heinz Rehkopf bought the vintage car in 2009. Until then, it had been in the possession of the well-to-do Gütermann family for 4 generations. In fact, one former owner even managed to get the first ever speeding ticket in this car for going through town at an...
The first ever, like in the world?
eye-watering 29 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. I don't know what that is in miles per hour. Hold on. I think kilometers are double, roughly, right? Hey, Google. How many miles per hour is 29 kilometers per hour?
29 kilometers per hour, km per hour, is approximately 18.02 miles per hour, mph.
18, wow. Pretty fast for back then, though. I mean,
Well, going top speed does feel like the car is really at its limit.
well, yeah, your front tires were wobbling. I would say so.
The steering arm and everything doesn't feel very stable.
No. It's wood, right? Like, is it made out of wood, a lot of it? And metal, of course, but...
Whenever the car struggles, you struggle with it. And when it rains, you both get wet.
Oh, yeah.
You obviously want to avoid that.
It's rare that Karl-Heinz Reckhoff takes this vintage car out on the road.
Well, yeah, it's not something that you're just trying to drive to the grocery store every Saturday.
Usually, it can be admired at a transport museum near Göttingen.
Cool.
Michael Marx, the museum's mechanic, knows exactly how to fix Victoria if something's not working as it should.
Here you can see the piston. It's a big one. It's got a 3-liter engine. You can see it running.
Unlike cars today, simply turning the ignition isn't enough to start it up. First, you need to pull a few levers and adjust the engine settings to the weather conditions so it runs smoothly.
Okay. Kind of like my riding lawnmower. Gotta adjust like the choke and the and all that stuff, yeah.
As you can imagine, depending on the weather, temperature, humidity, and air pressure, you need to fiddle around pretty long until the engine runs properly.
But the cool thing about that is, though, is you always have control over it. You know, nowadays it's all sensor based. So it's just, you know, if a sensor goes out, it's just going to run like crap. Kind of like, I think I have that problem with my car right now, actually, which happens to be a German car, BMW, but temperature change lately, it's been running funny. So I think a sensor that's supposed to do those controls is out. And if it was manual, I could just do it myself. It's crazy how like this motor is like, this is like almost like an exposed motor. Like nowadays that would all have a shell over it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're almost seeing not the internals of the engine, but like compared to nowadays, it's kind of like seeing the internals of the engine. Compared to nowadays engines, I guess.
In April 2019, they took Benz Victoria for a technical inspection to see if it was safe to drive on German roads. After an in-depth inspection, the car was given the go-ahead.
And probably a lot of back and forth and trying to be like, well, but, you know, and they all wanted to see it go down the road. So they probably let a couple things slide just a little bit because those wheels didn't look stable.
But only under a few conditions, as car mechanic Burkhard Niemitz explains.
The car doesn't have any electrical wiring, so hazard warning lights were not retrofitted, which usually is required. And the car doesn't have blinkers. That means the car may only be driven in daytime, in good
See, they let some things slide, I told you.
weather conditions, and the driver must carry a signaling disc.
But that's cool.
Reckhoff's wife is usually in charge of the signaling disc whenever the two go out for a ride. Though the car isn't really built for long-distance travel anyway, its tiny tank quickly runs out of gas. Besides, it doesn't run on ordinary fuel.
Okay, so are you telling me, so is the gas tank or petrol tank, whatever you call it over there, is it inside of that chest? Like, is this holding the gas?
But rather on petroleum ether, which these days you can only get in pharmacies.
Okay, yeah. And it is in that little chest thing. Wait, no, it's not. He's
But
in the
even with the
front.
full
Okay, the chest is just storage.
tank, you won't get anywhere fast.
No, you won't.
I guess this is about embracing slowness.
Hey, he said langsam. That's interesting. I'm trying to learn Dutch. That's there's similar words in Dutch and German, and langsam means slow in Dutch as well.
It's not about reaching your destination per se, but about enjoying the ride itself.
Just like life, guys. Just like life.
Das Fahren das Ziel ist.
It looks like he's just driving it around here. That we have a lot of that here, a lot of cornfields. That's really cool. Is that the oldest vehicle though? Is there older? Hold on. Hey Google. Is an 1894 Benz Victoria the oldest vehicle?
No, the oldest self-propelled vehicle is the Cugnot steam tractor, 1769, and the oldest running automobile is the steam-powered 1884 La Marquise. The 1894 Benz Victoria is sometimes cited as the oldest street-legal car.
Okay, but the other ones were steam, so this would be the first gas, sort of like modern engine type engine vehicle controlled whatever you want. You know what I'm trying to say. Anyways, like and subscribe, guys. Have a super fun, awesome day. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye.